Terry Thompson, your lean coach for today on 5S. And the first S of the 5S is that we like to start with, if we're creating a system, there's usually a start and an end, right? Or a loop is what we really want in lean. It's cycle it, right? So the first place we start is sort. I have an area that let's say pick an area, a small area. The first thing I need to do is I want to what? We're talking about materials and layout of area. There's lots of things get incorporated into sorting, right? And I'm sorting for efficiency. But first off, when I'm sorting, so not to get confused, there are two things to think about when I'm doing the sort function, right? You may have a definition of sort. You can look up the definition of sort. This is what I want you to think about as a lean leader when you're thinking about sort. If I'm going to go in an area and sort it, I need to put everything in categories. I need to categorize the area. Pens, pencils, paper clips, couplings, connectors, conduit. I don't want them all in one bunch. I want them categorized, all right? Then I need to notice, second part, you haven't done a sort if you don't do both parts. Once I get everything categorized, I need to start to remove the things that I'm not going to be using right away. Maybe within a week or two. You have to talk about that before you start your 5S and before you start your sort, right? I need to remove the things I don't need in the area to get my work done for the next week or two, right? I want to have just-in-time deliveries of materials, tools, and information. So in my sort, I want to make sure everything has a category, and every category, they're together. And I've removed anything that's excess or anything I don't need or I don't use. I have it there because I think I might need it. No, get it out. You should plan so you know you need it. Sort, categorize, and remove what's not needed.
If I want to keep here, I'm going to sort out these rags, get them situated.
A week's worth?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's 2 gallons to fill that.
Awesome. Go by that gauge. If it's a week's worth, leave it here. The rest, red tag it and get it out. Nice.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
If we do spill oil, I have to have this here. Like you said, it's not every day, so it can go
Big
red
question.
tag. Yes.
How many times a week do you spill oil?
Okay, exactly.
No, I want an
don't.
answer.
We don't. It's once. It's very.
Get it out of here. What the hell are you doing?
Okay.
Come on. We already talked about this. You don't spill oil in 1 week.
Do you put it into an easier pail and red tag the pail, then put it off? Because that bag is a pain.
This does not belong here. That's all that matters. It goes in the red tag holding area. When we set an order, it has a space somewhere, and we'll clean it up then. That's why we don't want people thinking too much.
Right.
Yeah, keep them right on task.
Don't
That's
want
it.
the distraction.
Don't think too much. Just get it out of here. That's the sort.
Naturally, the first thing that stood out was the team was not adhering to many of the principles. And you know, as a lean-minded person, I really struggled implementing the principles. 5S, and looking back, the very first thing I should have done was sort all of our material and go down the line. And I didn't do that until about 6 weeks into it, after I was running to supply houses 3 or 4 or 5 or 8 times a week. I said, oh, we don't know what we have, duh. So I share that because, you know, when I'm not in the middle of it, it's very easy to analyze and prescribe and say, hey, let's do this, let's do that. And knowing that and having some experience with it and then being in the middle of it, it was just natural for me to forget it and dive in and start the firefighting. Awesome. So got a personal friend that I'm working with who's running his own mechanical company, former colleague, but he's a friend. And he reached out and he said, hey man, you're doing this lean stuff? Like, what should I do? And so of course we met and I shared the 2-second lean, everything I know about lean I learned in first grade, shared those 2 books, order these books. He's okay, I'm gonna order a whole bunch of them for my guys. Should I start with? I was like, okay. So my advice was, and always is or will be, understand it and apply it. Practice it first. You as the individual, practice it first. Understand the concepts. And how do you do that? You get a coach. Before rolling it out to the world, we cannot sustain a fire that doesn't burn within us, right? I can go out there and tell people be lean, and that was my initial experience. That was my introduction to it. Y'all go be lean. I was like, man, whatever. I'm gonna do some of this stuff just to keep you off my back. But until I was introduced or had direct contact with somebody that was on fire about it, that I knew was a resource for me to go back and ask questions and kick ideas and thoughts around, did I really buy into it? Be that resource. In order to be that resource, get a coach so that you have a resource. Catch the fire before you try to spread the fire.
Good job.
Awesome.
One area.
Yeah, this is one area. We need to expand it.
We're only doing one at a time.
Yes.
Red tape area.
The 5 S's of lean. That's sort, straighten, sweep, standardize, and sustain. Sort is going through an area and sorting out and separating what's needed for that space and what's not. A lot of times we use something called red tagging, where you're just tagging everything that doesn't belong and you're not necessarily moving it right then and there, but you've marked it as something that needs to get out of your space.
Just set them on that end for now. Okay. I don't know if we're gonna need that. This is what's hard because I don't have my stuff. Well, yeah, it's to have all the plug tails underneath here for the whole job. Yep, but you don't. This is awesome.
How many items? How many items?
How many items are we moving out of here?
How many safety issues did we find in this little area? When we talk about little area, this is it, right?
Yeah, we probably found over 50 in this area.
Wow. Is that shocking?
That's very shocking.
Is it? How many did you think we were going to find?
Oh, I thought maybe 20 at the most.
In the plant?
In the plant? No, I had 30 in the whole plant.
Right, and we found 50 in
This
little workstation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, amazing.
Question for you.
I don't want to. Well, I do have that box over there, so we can probably keep it.
Okay, tell me about the exercise.
Right now we're just getting rid of stuff that they're not going to use today and putting it on the cart there.
So that stuff is what they're not going to use today?
What they're not going to use today that was initially on their work.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And so that's just the one. Then it'll be moved to this next area, and then we're going to do the same exercise.
Okay,
Just keep
cool.
cleaning it up.
Nice. And what are the yellow tags?
The yellow tags are all safety hazards, housekeeping, different areas that we've noticed, and also you'll see the reg tags. It was 2 different flows of work that came through, and we'll be addressing that after we clean all the area up in 5S it.
How many safety issues?
53 originally, and we added probably another, with the yellow tags, probably another 30.
Wow, so 83 issues in our little exercise.
Yep, probably more.
Is that shocking?
It's shocking
Okay, so what did you learn?
that there's hazards everywhere, and you got to keep it clean to really notice the stuff.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah.